Saturday, April 29th in Houma, Louisiana, Pro Wrestling 225 presents Bayou Brawl. And Disobey will be defending our tag team titles against the Cajun Outlawz. Now, this isn't the first time we've met the Cajun Outlawz in the ring, but this time, Disobey will be out to prove that they are the #1 tag team in the state of Louisiana. This time, the Cajun Outlawz will be forced to take a knee and disobey.
And JTM, that's not the only thing on Disobey's agenda this Saturday, because Risen Brandon Collins is going one-on-one with Antonio Bronson. Bronson, we're gonna need you to shut the f*** up. You've been awfully talkative on social media, running your mouth about Brandon Collins and Disobey. Look, we understand that you're an up-and-coming superstar. We understand that you got a lot of talent, but that ain't gonna matter when you step in the ring with Brandon Collins, when you cross paths with Disobey. Because this Saturday, the silent one is gonna silence you, and we will continue to disobey.
It's a slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, riding with that butterfly.
Whoa. Time out.
Pro Wrestling 225 family, welcome back to a brand new episode of Unleashed. I'm Spencer Hunt alongside Alexis Windsor, and we are here in Houma, Louisiana for Bayou Brawl.
And let's give a quick shout out for our sponsors before we get started. That is Lemoyne Oil, Alyssa School of Performing Arts, Suspense Games, I heard they're pretty good, Restored Motions, 301 Flooring, Civil Design and Construction, and Just Johns. Thank you so much.
Without you guys, we can't put on shows like this, so thank you. But Alexis, so many questions to be answered tonight, mostly from our general manager, Michael White.
Yeah, he's completely lost it at the moment. Not only did he recently fire Landon Corbin, but now he's just intent and so focused on just finding out who that vigilante is. Nothing will stop him.
Perhaps we'll get some answers in tonight's episode, but also we have an epic tag team match for the Pro Wrestling 225 Tag Team Championships as Disobey takes on their challengers, the returning Cajun Outlawz.
Let's get started with the action as it becomes unleashed.
Before we get started, you may have noticed that we are missing part of our commentary team. There is a seat empty, as of course after the last show, Landon Corbin was fired by our general manager Michael White. And we all miss Landon greatly. But tonight, we have a special guest commentator who will be joining Spencer Hunt, and it's a face that you will recognize. Please welcome our special guest commentator this evening, Braxton Hunter.
Obviously, I am not happy to be without Landon here at Bayou Brawl, but if I was going to have a replacement, it might as well be from 337. It's Avril Lavigne's favorite wrestler. It's Braxton Hunter. It's harder than it looks. It's a lot harder than it looks. That's right. That's a 3-3-7 chant for Braxton Hunter.
Welcome, Braxton.
A little harder work getting to the table than I anticipated for you.
Now, of course, I mentioned.
You know, I got lost in the
our
sauce.
general
It's all
manager,
good.
Michael White.
Good to be here with you, Landon.
Yeah.
Good to see
Oh,
you.
correct. Yeah, correct.
Good
Yeah.
to see you.
Yeah, Braxton, it is a pleasure. Thank you so much for filling in for Landon Shoes for us today. It's going to be a wild one, as we can expect.
You have water here for me already?
Must be all yours.
Oh, dude, you are so sweet, man.
Looks like we're going to get things started with the Pro Wrestling 225 General Manager, Michael White. Yeah, you two have had no shortage of run-ins through the years, I imagine.
I've beat him up many a times. I'll do it again. If he steps to me, it's up there. Look, I ain't look, you know.
You know I'm not going to stop you.
I'm here. I'm assigned to do commentary tonight, but please be noted that I'm not opposed to hopping up in there and putting this Wish Theo Von in his place.
He looks more and more ridiculous. Is that a Bud Light?
He looks like a frat guy that just can't let it go. Like he went to college in 2002 and he's still just trying.
If there's one way I would describe Michael White, it's he can't let it go.
Just can't let it get him. I bet he tries to pull high school freshman too. I mean, that definitely seems like his vibe going on here. Are those rubber boots? I guess he's too cold to afford wrestling boots. I don't know, he looks ridiculous. Is that his dad's tank top? Wife beater for Michael White, which is very appropriate.
Not exactly a warm response.
Did you expect anything less? We got the douche of all douches. I hope they make more noise.
I think they heard you, Braxton.
Now look, I know I've been hard on the crowd. I know I really don't fit in with y'all. I know I'm just better. But I wanted to dress like y'all people at home, right? You dig it? My white Reeboks. Anyway.
Reeboks?
Tonight,
I know they stole Reeboks at the dollar store.
tomfoolery or shenanigans, and there will be no vigilante tonight. And I told you I was going to get to the bottom of it, so I got business, and I got the mystery man up there, and they're going to make sure that no vigilante showing up tonight to ruin my night.
So we got Cherry Top and is that Denham when he got off the steroids?
And I told you
Seems
that
about
I
right.
will expose the vigilante tonight because I know he's around, and I'm going to let y'all know who it is, and I think we all know who it is if you've been paying attention on Facebook.
Is it you, Landon?
And whenever I find out who that vigilante is, I myself will step back in the ring and take that vigilante down. Just like I took down Mustang. 1, 2, 3, boom.
It's very creative by Michael.
Speaking of Mustang, let's not forget that, yes, if Mustang loses, tonight will be his last night in Houma and in Pro Wrestling 225 forever.
The power has gone to the head of the general
Y'all
manager.
don't understand what I'm saying, but
Well, you put a douche like this in charge, yeah, it's bound to happen.
Is that a Houma impression?
I would assume.
So, with that being said, you guys are good. Make sure, stay up there and watch. And y'all enjoy the night. Play me out.
Did they leave already?
So I can get this nasty taste of home out of my mouth.
Are you tasting home?
So our paranoid general manager has put bad business and some more hired guns, it seems, up in the balcony, which is, if you remember, the last time we were here in Houma at Showdown, that is where the Vigilante showed up. And Michael White doing everything he can to prevent a repeat of that embarrassment here tonight at Bayou Brawl.
God, I hate that.
Not a likable bone in his body.
Look at somebody that makes your skin crawl. Punch him in the face. I might.
Listen, it's going to be a long night.
Gotta go backstage at some point.
Right. Well, a very interesting way to start Bayou Brawl tonight. It looks like Michael White is dead set on finding out who is underneath that mask of the Vigilante, and he's got help tonight to do it.
He doesn't understand like the lucha is like an entire thing. It could just be.
Houma, Louisiana. I don't know about you, but I'm about ready to get this action started right about now.
Well, here comes trouble. Braxton, I know you have been on the road with these guys over and over again through the years, but this variation of Disobey is perhaps the most dangerous they've ever been.
No, absolutely. You've got Simon Phillips, who I not only trained with at the beginning of his career, but also went out and seeked out Dr. Tom Pritchard to help enhance his career and make him an even better wrestler, along with JTM and Brandon Collins. While Brandon Collins may not be a big guy by any means, but he is definitely a guy nonetheless. They're a very deadly tag team, even though they're kind of pricks sometimes. Very deadly trio, and they definitely earned everything that's been given to them.
One of only two teams that can claim that they are two-time Pro Wrestling 225 Tag Team Champions. Will their reign continue tonight? Or will we have new champions in a returning Cajun Outlawz?
Cajun Outlawz, that's two big daddies. It's not going to be any easy task for these Disobey boys to
I think Houma is going to be more than happy to welcome the Cajun Outlawz back to 225.
Oh, 100%. I was actually in the car with Rhett earlier, and you know what he told me? He said, "Hey, man, we're going to get that, man. Rhett going to take out this old pay boy, man. We're going to get that, Rhett.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Exactly like that.
Absolutely.
And I said, Rhett? Okay. Yep.
Accompanied by Pretty Tony, and look at that.
Pretty Tony.
They came with the gold. That's right.
PSW Tag Team Champion.
Absolutely right. And former 225 Tag Champions in their own right.
Got to touch it.
Now, this is a really, really interesting point, Braxton. This is the first time that Killer Shane and Rhett have tagged in just 2-on-2 tag team action in Pro Wrestling 225 since March Madness in 2020. It has been 3 years since we've seen them tag as a team in Pro Wrestling 225.
That is a long time. You gotta wonder if there's any little ring rust on there or not. But come on, man. It's Cajun Outlawz. He's Red Darren Cook. Killer Shane. Come on.
Man, this is what pro wrestling is all about. These two teams fighting for the Pro Wrestling 225 tag team titles.
Personally, I think I get there and beat all of them by myself, but...
Well, I mean, listen, a tag team specialist in your own right.
Landon, you want to be my team partner? You can start 3-7 all over again. 3-3, wherever you're from, 3-5.
Listen, if that is the case, you'll have to start calling me Spencer instead of like...
You know your name.
Right.
Why do I need to know your name if you know your name? Excuse me.
Whoa, title for title.
Title for title.
Introducing first, to my right, being accompanied to the ring by
Who made that decision?
from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, weighing in at a combined weight of 320 pounds.
Pretty Tony weighs more than that.
All your pro
He does.
wrestling
He's a jacked dude.
225 tag team champions, defying Simon Phillips, JTM, Disobey.
Listen to that response.
Sometimes I just want to go up to Disobey and say, hey guys, just obey stuff, you know?
Just obey.
Yeah, it'd be
It's
a
not
lot
that-
easier. A lot easier.
Not that hard.
Very easy.
Being accompanied to the ring by Pretty Tony from Morgan City, Louisiana, weighing in at a combined weight of 500 pounds. They are your Gulf State Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Rick the Threat Thibodeau, Killer Shane, the Cajun Outlawz.
A lot of love here for the Cajun Outlawz.
Friday the 13th night fights in January. Disobey took on the Cajun Outlawz with the help of Wild Thing teaming with the Outlawz in what was sort of a joint 225 GSW event. And it was that night that the Outlawz and Wild Thing got the win. So that sets the stage for us tonight. Title for title. Disobey putting their 225 titles on the line. Cajun Outlawz putting up their GSW tag team titles. Winner take all.
If you think about it, this match, the stakes are really high. It's almost like we have the Cajun Outlawz versus the Cajun In-Laws. I mean, they're all related, right?
I think so, in some way.
I
Right.
don't know.
Here we go. Bayou Brawl is underway. Title for title. Braxton Hunter, you are one of the guys that knows better than anybody how competitive the tag team division here is in Pro Wrestling 225. So what is it going to take to get the win tonight if you're one of these two teams?
Well, the easy answer is it's going to take one of these guys pinning the other shoulder still.
Thank you for that. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
if we're being honest, but no, man, it's going to have to be the better team tonight. Both teams, I mean, know each other like the backs of each other's hands, so it's all going to come down to who's the better team. If I had to guess, Disobey is going to pull some shenanigans, but we'll, cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Cajun Outlawz, the first time we've seen them in 225 tag as a team in a really long time. And this Disobey, this combination of JTM and Simon Phillips, when the two of them are tagging together, they've won 6 of their last 7 matches in Pro Wrestling 225. And they look as ready as they've ever been.
He knocked the shoulder brace off of it. But be that as it may, Cajun Outlawz are no stranger to shenanigans themselves. A
That's
very
right.
eclectic duo.
Look at this.
There we go. Rhett, just a ring technician. I've actually learned a lot from Rhett.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he is a ring general when he gets in there, man. It's amazing to watch at times.
He is one of the smartest mat wrestlers I've seen here in Pro Wrestling 225, and JTM's trying to keep up with them now.
100%. And notice how Rhett doesn't let himself stay on the ground too long.
Right.
From that slam, you could have easily sat there for a couple seconds, caught your breath, but Rhett not one to stay on the ground because then your opponent has an advantage over you. Ooh, just viciously on that arm.
These are two guys that have competed in the most matches in Pro Wrestling 225, in like the top 5 of most matches here in 225. But we haven't seen Rhett really outside of the Super Gold Rumble for almost a year after he lost his SEC championship in a ladder match at Extreme Madness last year. But in the meantime, he went to GSW, won Tag Team Gold with Killer Shane. And here he is now back in 225. Look at this, JTM. Smart move, using the rope to his advantage to gain control of the wrist there. Ooh.
Very familiar with that being myself. Very good technique to get out of that hammerlock.
In comes Simon Phillips now. The maybe new and improved Simon Phillips, like you said, Braxton.
Simon Phillips. I remember when Simon Phillips used to come out in a gold outfit.
Right.
He wanted to be this pretty boy wrestler.
Oh, look at this.
Close.
Almost got him, but that's what's dangerous about Rhett the Threat, is he can pull out covers like that out of nowhere.
Anytime. But as I was saying, Simon Phillips wants to be this pretty boy wrestler, and it's not until he dug deep and found that aggression, that real hatred that he holds within him, and you know, became a part of this Disobey group that he really started to flourish.
I think it really showed itself at our last show at Double Jeopardy when he had that one-on-one match with Dale Springs. And it was sort of, you know, Dale Springs' farewell tour. And it was who is the better man. Simon Phillips brought Dale Springs into the business, and Simon Phillips was not going to get beat. He used a low blow to his advantage.
And on that, two guys that, you know, this goes back to, they used to backyard wrestle together.
Exactly.
They grew up together, went to school together. And yeah, just for Simon to be a sleazy little, you know.
Oh, inside cradle. A kick out at 2 there from Phillips.
Yeah, for Simon to be sleazy as he did in that match and show you the person he's really turned into. While it may not, you know, get the most likes from the fans or even the boys in the back, I mean, you gotta say it's been successful for him.
Disobey has no caution about doing whatever it takes to win. And look at that shoulder breaker. We just talked about how that sling that Rhett normally wears has been already torn off, and now the target looks to be on those shoulders of Rhett the Threat.
He's a few holds himself.
And they're doing the smart thing. They've cut the ring basically in half, keeping Rhett as far away from Killer Shane as they can. But now Rhett looking like he's trying to create some separation. Oh!
Jeez, a kick right to the face.
This could be the moment Rhett needs. Can he reach Shane in the corner?
That'll knock a tooth out, bro.
Going for the cover.
Nope, just a 1 count.
Oh, but now look at this. Right back to that arm, to the shoulder. JTM targeting Rhett the Threat. Ooh!
Curb stomp variation. Someone told JTM had that same singlet. Did you get that Amazon.com for the singlets?
Big drop kick into the corner. Rhett the Threat now looking. Oh, we've seen him do this before. Here we go.
Oh! Ooh, you gotta think that might have jarred that shoulder. Jesus Christ.
The cover. Thought he might have had him there, and maybe that was a mistake from Rhett the Threat. He had JTM down, could have gone for the tag, instead went for that springboard moonsault. Oh, and then into the post.
That's why I don't like to do springboards.
Yeah, prime example. Absolutely.
Prime example.
JTM tags in Simon Phillips, and we've made it out to the floor now. That is dangerous territory.
100%. Simon Phillips, you know, he's like a rabid dog out there. Hey, get him back in the ring. I guess he wants to, you know, win these too long.
That's right. The point there is that they cannot lose the 225 tag titles on the outside, but they also can't win those Gulf State Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Rhett is in serious trouble, but this Pro Wrestling 225 crowd trying to get behind him. Rhett needs a tag desperately.
I could sit here and on Monday morning quarterback all day. Rhett had the opportunity to tag, but he went for that, you know, lion salt variation. It may have cost him. He's getting back up on it now, but he needs to make the tag to Killer Shane. Killer Shane gets in this match. It is going to be a game changer. Shout out Christian Blake. And he might save the titles and win them a new set of gold.
That chop across the chest of Phillips ringing out at the East Park Rec Center. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
Rhett the Threat.
Oh my God.
Put it all on the line in Houma.
That could be it right there.
He's got Phillips reeling.
Uh-oh.
Simon reverses. Up and over. And just like that, cover. Just when you thought Rhett the Threat had his chance to take advantage, Phillips sends him flipping over onto the mat.
Man, you got to wonder if, you know, because it's been such a long time since they teamed the 225, if Rhett is just not thinking about making the tag because he's been a singles wrestler here for so long.
That's true. That's a really, really great point. And you know, nobody is as cohesive in 225 as Disobey has been.
100%. I mean, except for maybe the other boys over here, maybe 337, but
I mean,
we're not gonna talk about that.
Looks like both men down center of the ring had the same idea, double clothesline. Official George Strong in perfect position. He started the count. Can Phillips make it to JTM? Can Rhett make it to Killer Shane?
Referee George Strong, he's got a little cake on him, doesn't he? He's my favorite referee in the entire world.
Tag to JTM, and in comes Killer Shane.
There we go.
Oh, watch that ring rattle.
Killer Shane is killing. Hey! Bring that belt back over here.
Brandon Collins just came and grabbed a GSW tag team title as Phillips is backing up. No,
sees him.
Oh my
Jesus
God!
Christ.
Collins the title off the skull.
Turn off our monitor.
JTM in to capitalize.
Oh, yeah. Come on. There are 2 more belts here. You forgot them. Come on, just a vicious beatdown. Come on, you already beat him and took their
Oh, title again off the skull, this time to Rhett the Threat.
Jesus
Was it
Christ.
not enough?
Come on, guys. You already beat them. You already took their titles. Is that not enough? The fans are not happy. Now, Landon, I would get in there and handle business, but as the saying goes, not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not in the tag team division anymore. But that was just disgusting.
Like it or not, the era of disobedience continues as now Disobey is both Pro Wrestling 225 and Gulf State Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
They just need to base that. Come on. Ridiculous.
They said coming into Bayou Brawl that the Cajun Outlawz would, at the end of the night, kneel at the cross and disobey. And unfortunately, like it or not, that's exactly what's happening.
I didn't see any kneel.
But I see Killer Shane and Rhett the Threat both clocked over the head with tag team titles. And Pretty Tony's trying to explain it to George Strong. It's not George Strong's fault.
And George Strong never makes a mistake. Like I said, he is on point, he is caked up, and he is always squared away. Just Disobey doing Disobey things. Ridiculous.
Pretty Tony's beside himself, and I understand why.
George, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, bro.
The Outlawz return to 225 and get robbed of their GSW tag team titles.
I hate to see.
The sound of redemption. The sound of pure discipline. Oh, yeah. Woo-wee! How sweet it is.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Well, Here comes trouble.
As stated before, Mr. Brandon Collins, not a big man, but definitely a man. Got the El Nino. That's Spanish for summer. Maybe fall.
You have a pretty wide vocabulary, correct?
I don't believe in that stuff.
Well, it's a target, not a cross, as we know. Is it? According to Disobey. You think you earned that?
We'll talk later.
Brandon Collins, now both Pro Wrestling 225 and GSW Tag Team Champions.
We'll talk when you got something I want. You got nothing I want right now.
The silent Brandon Collins. Risen Brandon Collins. Let me tell you something.
Here we go.
Let me tell you.
Here we go. People don't like Antonio Bronson, but look. Antonio Bronson, that dude.
We spoke to Antonio Bronson during Power Hour prior to Bayou Brawl. I asked Antonio, I said, what is your mindset going up against Brandon Collins tonight? And he said, very simply, I'm going to kill him.
Threatened murder. Is this uh-oh.
Bronson's not coming out alone.
Look at a little evening of the odds here.
Brandon Collins not looking so big now.
Well, I mean,
how about this?
Hey.
The Outlawz, obviously, with a score to settle now with Disobey. And they're out here alongside Bronson to even the odds.
You know, I call Antonio Bronson the king of doggy style because he got that dog in. They are a pit bull for a reason.
He is as tough as they come in professional wrestling.
Oh, 100%.
Bronson and Collins, here we go. Disobey coming into this match said that Collins was going to turn Bronson silent. But Bronson said he was going to make the silent one say his name.
He threatened to murder him.
He did.
He threatened to murder Brandon, which, I mean, let's look at Antonio Bronson and let's look at Brandon Collins. It's not that far-fetched. I don't condone murder, like, well, just so you know.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Not a good thing.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Oh, just tossing.
Throwing him on the ground.
Collins to the mat.
Brandon Collins, you are not on my level.
Look, there's just a smile. So do you see that smile on Bronson's face? He loves dishing out pain.
Have you ever seen an actual iron pit bull?
Other than Antonio Bronson, I don't think I want to.
Yeah, because they don't exist. Because he's one of a kind. He's the king of doggy style. The iron pit.
Bronson bursting onto the scene in Pro Wrestling 225 just under a year ago and has made his mark. But Collins trying to keep up with him. Collins, listen, two-time tag team champion alongside Disobey. Collins is a really good wrestler in between those ropes.
Like the Freeburg rule or the KFC?
A little bit of both.
Is it just a technicality?
No, I'll give him Collins absolutely as much a part of Disobey as JTM and Phillips.
I guess. He's won more titles here than me, so.
Well, was looking for maybe a DDT there, but Bronson, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, the strength of this man.
Oh!
Ooh, there you go. Get you some, big dog.
Collins, got to give it to him, a kick out at 2 there.
Bronson has definitely aligned himself with the right people to even the odds. And Cajun Outlawz cannot be happy after what happened earlier tonight.
Oh, absolutely not. Russian leg sweep from the Iron Pitbull.
And he's not even from Russia.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Must have learned that from Vladimir Koloff.
Maybe. They look like they were trained together.
Collins not in the corner he wants to be. And look at that smile while he just stomps away. And look at this. Look at this now. The Cajun Outlawz getting a little bit of vengeance.
Some good old shenanigans. I love it.
Popular guy here in Houma. Collins lands on his feet, and look at that. A drop kick. You don't see that very often, but so smart for Collins, drop kicking the back of the knee of Antonio Bronson.
What's up with people targeting knees tonight?
It's on everybody's mind as he stomps away.
They need to stop. It's a very important part of your body. You need your knees. Beating up people's knees.
And it takes away some of that strength advantage, doesn't it?
I guess it's smart, but it doesn't mean not rude for doing it.
Limping, and look at just almost a throw there.
A throw down suplex.
Right. The crowd firmly behind Antonio Bronson here.
I love that our names are so close together because it sounds like they're saying, let's go Braxton. I think he feels really good.
Hey, listen, they loved it when you came out to start the show.
Here's a night.
Popular guy, Braxton Hunter.
Your checks are all over.
Collins, oh, look at this. We got a single leg crab now on that injured knee. Bronson is in some serious trouble here, and he needs to get to the ropes.
See the skin pulling on that knee.
Gross. But just brute strength, just powers out of that single leg crab from Brandon Collins, and Collins needs to regroup for just a second. Strategizing with the tag team champions, JTM and Simon Phillips. And here we go. Simon Phillips back up on the apron. And that's what they were doing, totally intentional. That is what Disobey is so good at, like it or not, using the numbers game to their advantage.
Work the numbers.
Ooh, but
yeah, I mean, smart strategy, but it's so rude. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Did he
about to hit the doggy style suplex.
Oh!
That's what I'm talking about.
The king of doggy style.
King of doggy style just hit the doggy style German suplex. Is he going to do another one? Oh! It was the greatest day of my life. Kurt Angle couldn't do it better.
Tossing Collins like a rag doll across the ring.
2 doggy style suplexes.
This doesn't bode well for Collins either. Oh no, I think his knee gave out. His knee gave out. Oh no. Oh! Right to the jaw. Oh, and we've seen this from Brandon Collins. Going for that risen 5-star perhaps from the top rope.
Ooh, and no water in the pool. Sorry, buddy.
Uh-oh. Now it's Collins in trouble.
Starting in that chokehold, half Nelson variation. Almost like a Taz mission.
Almost.
You're about to put that boy through.
It's a good comparison for Bronson Taz a little bit, right?
Kind of. Yeah, now that you mention it.
And that's it. And that's it.
And that boy's sleeping. Good night. That boy going to do. That boy a bedtime story. He's a big dog. The Iron Pitbull just put him to sleep.
You have to think, had Bronson not been joined by the Outlawz here. Oh, and look at this stare down. Look at this stare down. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Disobey.
It's all unfolding now.
And the Outlawz with Bronson.
You love to see some good old chicanery.
the Outlaws with just a measure of revenge against Disobey.
Let them know, Outlaws, you may have won the battle, but they will win the war.
This story is far from over.
Is
What?
Is he asking to be a...
What?
Did he just become a... Did Antonio Bronson just become a Cajun outlaw?
Did that just happen?
He's Creole. He's from New Orleans. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. I was once an other boy, you know.
You sure were.
Other boy, but, you know.
Just when you thought the Cajun Outlaws couldn't get more tough, now they're joining forces with the Iron Pitbull. What a team.
I wonder if he's going to get one of those little crack jackets.
Why would you join if you didn't?
I mean, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't get one.
Thanks so much for watching. We will see you next week on Unleashed.